Beautiful good morning, our lovely viewers. Welcome to the weekly gospel. I'm your host, Amazing Katamandra is my name. I missed you. I hope that you missed me too. But anyway, we are here to give you nothing but the best or your favorite gospel personalities. If there's any gospel artist that you'd like to see on the show, or any gospel author, is there such a thing as gospel author? But you know what I mean. You know, here we are all about Christ, all about preaching the word of God through music, books, poetry, and all that. So if you would want to see anybody who is a poet, you know, they write Christian poems, or an author who writes Christian books, or maybe an artist who does gospel music, please get to request for their names. It doesn't matter whether they are an upcoming or an established artist. This platform is for everyone, especially the upcoming, because we're trying to create a platform for them. And if you are an upcoming artist and you want to be featured, you're looking for a platform, please do get in touch with us. You can do that by following us on our Facebook page and get to inboxes, and we'll definitely get back to you. So I'm your host, Amazing Katamandra is my name. You know, we're always here every Saturdays at 10:45, and today I'm joined by the man that calls himself Dr. Jesus. Smith is his name. What an interesting name, but we'll get to know why he calls himself Dr. Jesus. So if you have any comments, any contributions, do come through using the numbers that are on your TV screens. You can text us. Unfortunately, we can't take your calls. The only thing we can do is just read your text messages. So get to send those text messages, and then we'll go through them. And don't forget to also follow us on all our social handles. So on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. Get to follow us there so that you don't get to miss out on anything. Beautiful good morning to you, Smith, the man that calls himself Dr. Jesus.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Good morning to you as well.
Thank you. So before we even get to dive into what you do and all that, can we know the reason why you call yourself Dr. Jesus?
Okay, thank you so much for the platform, by the way. I'm really, really humbled. It's my pleasure. Having me here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this name comes with a lot of compliments, because a lot of people ask me, why Dr. Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, my real name is Smith. Mm-hmm. So Dr. Jesus is the name.
Smith, who would want to know, are you from the Copper Belt? Are you from the East?
I'm Smith Adamson Muila.
So you're a Bemba.
So I'm a Bemba, full-time Bemba person.
You're in trouble. You are in trouble. Yeah.
Sure. So I'm a Bemba guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my real name is Smith Adamson Kasama Muila also.
Mm-hmm.
I call myself Dr. Jesus. Is the reason why I call myself Dr. Jesus is because when I was trying to look at the name that I'm going to call myself, as to represent myself.
Like a brand.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I tried to look out for names, and most of the names are already taken, and I was trying to look out for a unique name, because I'm always unique. I think even my music is unique from other people. I usually don't copy and put out here. I always want to come up with something tangible, something that has not really in an existence. So instead of calling myself as an ambassador of Christ, or as a representer, I just call myself Smith, Dr. Jesus, the representer. So what happens is I usually remove the representer, and I just call myself Smith, Dr. Jesus, so that I leave a room for people to ask me why. So in short, I'm a representer of Christ. Meaning whatever that I do, I represent Jesus. So I am Smith, Dr. Jesus, the representer.
Okay.
Definitely.
Alright, because when I saw Dr. Jesus, I'm like, wait, what? Dr. Jesus?
Is it Jesus?
Okay. No, not really that he's Jesus. I just wanted to understand why you would
cool.
give yourself such a name as Dr. Jesus.
Yeah.
If you look at physical doctors, we see what they do.
Definitely.
And then we all know about what Jesus did. So I'm like, I need to know why he's calling himself Dr. Jesus.
And some people think I'm a doc by my profession. Some people think that maybe I'm a herbalist doctor, you know, those. So definitely they'll ask me, why Dr. Jesus? So when I now complete it and explain to them like I have done, definitely they now get to understand. So, so Dr. Jesus, okay, he's the presenter of Christ. Okay, cool. So then when I now show them or present what I do, then they understand. So, really, that's the reason why he calls himself Dr. Jesus, because he's also unique in his own way. So I am Smith, Dr. Jesus, the representer.
You know, how we carry ourselves or how we choose to call ourselves says a whole lot about who we are.
Definitely.
You giving yourself the name Dr. Jesus, doesn't it give you so much pressure to like maybe refrain from a whole lot of things, try to like be a perfectionist? Because I mean, you are calling yourself Dr. Jesus, and we know how Jesus lived.
Definitely.
Doesn't that put pressure on you to live your life some type of way?
It was putting me into pressure. I think I remember when I just called myself that, because whatever that I do, I was trying to do certain things that wasn't portraying the name. So I was finding so much difficulties, you know, even having friends, those who are not really connected with what I'm called for. So it was really giving me pressure. But when I came to understand this, I think I just have to adapt with this and live a life that Christ wants me to do, because I'm carrying His name. So what should I do? Let me just start cutting these other activities, these other characters, and put my character focused and also portray what I'm called myself for. So right now I think there's not much pressure, but there's always that mindset to say, when I want to do bad, I always remember and say, I think I'm Dr. Jesus the representer, so why should I do this? I carry Jesus. So at the end of the day, it also helps me, the name helps me not to fall into, you know, dubious ways or activities that will make me to go astray or out of Christianity way of life. So for me, it really, the name really makes me, I think, to be a better person, you know, to be falling under, you know, circumstances that are not a Christian way life.
Okay.
So definitely. So it was, answering your question, it was way back. It was very difficult for me. But when I just got used to it, and when people started calling, Dr. Jesus, because even when I go for performance, for ministration in churches, Dr. Jesus, Dr. So I when I got used to it, then I said, I think I had to cut, you know, certain characters and behaviors that I had, and focused on the name, and definitely it's working for me. Yeah.
Awesome. So now let's just get to know you on your musical side. Like, when did you like start going into the studio to do music like on a professional level?
Okay, so I never started this. I think music has always been in me.
Okay.
But as you have said, on the professional level, I think there's a start. So I grew up from a Christian home where my parents were Christians, my aunties, my uncles, and they want you, as you know, when you're from a background of Christianity, they also want you to be like, you know, to follow their steps. So I was like that. But you know, as you are growing, we do so much experiments, you know, there's this, and so there was some time where I'm usually a Christian home, but when I go to school, I'm somebody else. But during that process also, I was learning instruments, I was learning how to play music, I was learning how to play keyboard and all that. And I wasn't decided. I could do two things. When I go to boarding school, I could do, you know, what is found at school. You know, those behaviors, you meet with your friends, you can do whatsoever. But when I go back home, I'm a Christian, a well-groomed Christian, a well-groomed boy. So I wasn't really decided, but the talent has always been me, because I remember I could even lead my fellow Sunday school, mates to, when there's Sunday school, big Sunday school day, Sunday school week, I could lead them. Sometimes they could even give me to preach in front of my Sunday school fellow mates. So singing has always been in me, but taking it a professional way, I think it helped. I mean, I took it in 2015 when because I completed my school in 2013. Okay. So after I completed school, then when you go into community now, you try now to find out who is who, you now. What I'm capable of doing. Okay, this college thing. Okay, apart from college, what is inside me? What God has put in me. So now I said, okay, whatever that now I have, if I'm in my now I have to put it now in a professional way. So from that time, I started mingling with people who had by that time studios, recording studios, and from there I think I gained the experience and the courage now to say, okay, I think I can be now a recording artist. So I started my journey from there. But all along Kumbuyo, I think I used to do even secular music. I remember school we could record secular music and all that, but because I wasn't decided, so it wasn't really the part of me. Because there were two things that I could do. I could do two things at one time. When I go home, I'm a well-groomed Christian boy.
So meaning you grew up in a Christian home?
Definitely.
Okay.
I grew up in a Christian home, and even the behavior, definitely when I'm home, there's this thing of when you're with your parents, you are well presented. But when I go out, because I spent most of my life from grade 8 to grade 12, I am in the boarding school. So I had that mindset, when you meet with a lot of friends from different backgrounds, you also want to fit in. And at the end of the day, I could do whatever that people wanted me to do. So,
all right. So talking about fitting in, how do you feel as I don't know how you call yourself an upcoming, or you feel like you're there, like where are you right now?
Okay, so right now I'm not an upcoming artist. I'm an uprising artist.
An uprising
artist.
Interesting. So being an uprising, do you ever feel pressured to do music some type of way just to fit into what has already been built? Because we know there is a standard that we have,
definitely,
that other people have set, like the ministers that have gone ahead of you. There's a standard that they've set. So do you feel like pressured to do it exactly the way they are doing, just so that you could fit in, just so that you could be accepted by people who are listening to your music?
Okay, I think that one, I can say there are some people that I look up to, like those people who have been pioneers of music, but I always make sure that I don't do the copycat of whatever the people have been doing. I can get inspired, like for example, by Pompey, I get inspired by Mike 44, I get inspired by Yellow Dove, my brother, but I usually don't end up doing what they do, because if I end up doing what they do, which means I'm also promoting them, I'm a brand, by the way. So there's sometimes that maybe when I'm at church, I could do their songs. I could sing the song for Esther Chungu, I could sing the song for Natasha or whosoever, Usuilanji, but at the end of the day, when it means business, like I have also to advertise myself and my brand as well. So I don't usually do things just because I want to put it out there. I also do myself. Like I have to give people out there what I am, and I also they have to understand, oh, this person also, his type of music is this, because my type of music, I think viewers are going to see. There's sometimes that I rap, and also sometimes that I sing. I'm multi-talented, so to say. So I always want to bring uniqueness in my craft. Because I think we are blessed differently, and God has bestowed upon us blessings differently. So whether I can do what and what I cannot be Malembe. Malembe is Malembe and his own style, and I am me. There's some. I think I've seen some people that do exactly what maybe Collins is doing, and even singing, even in the corners and everything. And at the end of the day, I think they end up, not being recognized because they're doing another people's style. Yeah, so I think on that one, I have come to understand to say, there are, I think, two types. That's why there is a recording artist and a performing artist. But for me,
and which category do you fall in?
I think me, I'm a recording artist.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, but I think I can say both. Yeah, if you allow me.
Interesting.
If you allow me, I'll use both because I'm unique. I've said it already.
Yeah. Okay.
So I am both because even when I'm performing, it's something else as well. I do perform. I do minister. Though we use ministering as in the gospel.
Performing is more of
Secular.
like an entertainment.
Yeah.
No, not really, but just like an entertainment kind of thing. But ministering is something where people's lives are being transformed. You're ushering people in the presence of God. People get healed.
So it's not performing, it's ministering.
Performing is more entertaining people.
Yeah. So when it comes to ministering, I think I do, and I have my own way of doing it, and I think I do it in a way that I understand it very well. I think people receives it in the way that I do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and whenever I'm ministering, I think I am just different. So I'm also a recording artist. And by the way, I'm a producer, I'm a music producer.
Okay.
And 99 of my music I do produce myself.
Really?
Definitely.
Okay. Indeed, you are multi-talented.
So I fall in between.
Okay. To the viewers, if you're just joining us, you're welcome. This is the Weekly Gospel, and we host Amazing Katamanda, and I'm with Smith, Dr. Jesus. So if you want to be part and parcel of the show, do feel free to get in touch with us using the numbers that are on your TV screens via text messages. Unfortunately, we can't take your calls. The only thing we can do is just receive your text message. So let's get interactive. You might as well follow us on our social handles. Leave your comments there, contributions. We love hearing from you, our lovely viewers. I think we've done much of the talking. Can we see two of your songs that you have done? That is a camera.
Okay.
I want you to introduce the two songs. So today we're taking you away from everything that you do, and we're turning you into a presenter right now.
Okay.
So introduce your beautiful songs.
Thank you so much. So I'm coming a presenter right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so lovely viewers, I think I've got a couple of music videos that I have done, but for now I'm going just to present 2, 3.
No,
is
two,
it
just two? Then we'll close with one.
Okay, thank you so much. So the first song that we are going to play, I'm going to bring out for you is called We Know. So the song We Know is the song that I released, I composed, talking about issues where, God has been good for me. God has shown me mercy even in times of trouble, in times of deep mare, in times of, sadness, in times of when my family abandoned me, God really has showed me mercy. So this song called We Know is talking about the greatness of God, the mercies of God, the love of God upon humanity, upon His children. So the song is called We Know. Then the other song is also called Ichambaso. By the way, I'm a Bemba person, so you should forgive me about the title. So Ichambaso, I think you are part that they will understand. Ichambaso is a Bemba word that translates, or that means grace, maybe. Having something that you never expected, but God gives you anyway. So that's called Ichamba. So So God has put me on the place, or on the stage, or in the level where I wasn't expecting it. On this song, I have also enlightened issues where I think it's a song after my heart. I brought certain issues where my family rejected me, so it's a personal life experience that I went through at some point in life, or at some time in life, where people never believed in me, where people thought to say I'm not going to do anything in life, I'm not going to become anybody in life. Like they thought about Jesus, that nothing good can come out of Jerusalem, and really go. I mean, Jesus was born from the same place. So even to me, people thought to say I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to become anybody in life. But God did it for me. God has put me pachamba. So God has given me home, God has given me a wife, God has given me kids, God has given a lot, and I'm a CEO right now. So that's the song called Ichambaso. Yeah, I think I'm done.
Alright. So let's let's get to those 2 videos and we'll see you after this.
Next level music. Dr. Jesus represent. Ukufuma mukutendeka lesabumbile myulu abumba nesonda bikapona ine nali mukutendeka national yalilembeka Jeremiah 29 napalape nomuntu ayishele filufyanya lesalishile nokwisakalulushanya so I never settle for less. Yes, mulungu ananikululukila machimo yanga nachita navomela mulungu ni wabwino nazindikila kulibe kukaikila chikondi chake ni chapatali mulungu ni wabwino salamu suma bale wangayo mulungu ni wabwino salamu suma andume yani Dr. G nangufe filubane nalishivale salon syalava naine isengeta liputukana kalya ikea for me nangonjikwete fyakulya monatelimonda luba kufya maluba nokulabako atitata eko aba atitokungongela na mulube mbu alamonekana ngonge mumilandu never judge itapingula mangani tropico josila samajakilila we are lost in the wilderness toto darkness but tatwashele pofwe bufathaless lelo nasumina kanabesa nechite mwiko chobe welesa walibela hello navomela mulungu ni wabwino hello nazindikila kulibe kukaikila chikondi chake ni chapatali mulungu ni wabwino salamu suma bale wangayo mulungu ni wabwino salamu suma andume yani nawela ninebo waposeshe ilintu nalwele nawela ninebo wapele fyakulya pala nshakwete nawela newo walangile chite mwiko lintu bambutwike nawela ninebo ulya wafwikile lintu nasakwile lelo ndi pano ndi ichalenga timbepalo niwebo tata wandi weukokolo kukalipa niwebo lesa wamfumishe na mumatipa onsenkaya nkalango bukulu bobe agoteo themse gadi wewapula moni webo kanabesa hello navomela mulungu ni wabwino Dr. Jello nazindikila kulibe kukaikila chikondi chake ni chapatali mulungu ni wabwino salamu suma bale wangayo mulungu ni wabwino salamu suma andume yani Musuma next level music Dr. G
na mnakwata nchusha sana hapa lero alampera lero alamwena era fuma umpere ndala mafuma fuma umpere pia iye silefwana mtende ovyo usunge mtumba mpia ta umpera oro lero sileya umpere mpia mwana pere mpia okay kula mwespeci mwa umpere mngani every day sabi ngutanga bebe ofofwe na matoti
next level music. It's Dr. G represent Smith. Okay, nakabili waja emweshi kushabela tashichala mumoyo ngana lole shakuntu nafuma kulya baleito wasulwa mulandu wa kuchula naliwasapula ine umwaka wose wapona kwete vetolo shilimo nalisuka pona salati babuya kumasambelelo lemwa pakulya mfwile nafwaya palya mmalilo elo nalya nshayishiwe nkasulwa kubantu tekulitata nono Papa Godo, yeah. Papa Godo, yeah. Mueva bula ifyasulwa mwafivika pachambaso nafena fyala moneka konge ifintu mwalivula newasulwa mwambika pachambaso nanebonala moneka kongo umuntu ninebo wine nelibwelyo wasulile nombalelo nalukeli kankala otufumala kulalepa mumpeli nemilundu kubo kudali kwati kukasemba nombali mpususha mulungu abantu abengi balembona kwati nshakafike popano tabayishibe nanebo nkafika kokwisana nombalelo ansebulula kwensolikabumba balyabalenseka balesa nokulomba wisulo muntu idali nokungipatshalo bushikubumolesa kamubika kuchalo balyamule mumona kondemu nishile sakalya muchita komfemu umuntu enalasula ngawajula nombalesa lagula filafine vyasulwa shipikisha mukwenyolesa talalale kumona mulinane lekokulila Papa Godo, yeah. Papa Godo, yeah. Mueva bula ifyasulwa mwafibika pachambaso nakena fyala moneka konge ifintu mwalivula newasulwa mwambika pachambaso nanebonala moneka kongo umuntu ninebo wine nelibwelyo wasulile nombalelo nalukeli kankala ninebo wine nelibwelyo wasulile komalelo yalukeli kankala Smooth upon the Peace Production Dr. G represent next level music Smith.
And there you have it. You're still watching the weekly gospel, and I'm host amazing Katamanda. I'm always here every Saturdays at 10:45, giving you the nothing. Giving you nothing but your favorite gospel artist. So the only thing you have to do to request for your favorite gospel artist is get in touch using the numbers that are on your TV screens. You can send us the names, or you can go on a Facebook page and then inbox us the name of that person. Or if you are an upcoming artist and you want to be featured, get in touch with us by inboxing us on our Facebook page, and then we'll tell you how you can find yourself here. The only thing you have to do is at least have 3 videos, okay? But if you don't have videos, you can minister live. You can also come to just minister live. You just come with your guitar guy, guitarist, or keyboard guy. They come and play for you, and then you just sing live. You minister live. It's not hard. We are here to preach the gospel. This is why we're not segregative. So we are creating a platform for people to just showcase their talents, as well as preaching using their talents, reaching out to people, introducing many people to Christ, because there's nothing that makes God happier than you introducing a soul to him. All right, I am not alone in studio. We played you 2 videos that you're just from watching, done by Smith, Dr. Jesus. So yes, I don't know why you're laughing. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing at the way you're calling it. I think I'm feeling like I'm in America. The name itself.
Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, so before we went on a break, you were telling us how you like produce for yourself.
Yeah.
Do you also write for yourself?
Definitely. I do
so,
write.
like, how do you manage doing everything? And then also, you don't only produce for yourself, but you also produce for other artists, right?
Yeah, definitely I do that.
How do you balance? How do you manage time?
as I said earlier on, I'm a multi-talented artist that really always want to do, you know, what other people are doing. I can also do, you know, the Bible said that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So I told myself to say, if I have time in my hands, I can do everything as long as God is on my side. So I write, I compose songs for myself, and I also produce for myself. Of course, I've got some other people that helps me. Maybe if you know, it's important to have people around you.
Yeah, no man can succeed on their own. We all need each other.
Definitely, no man is an island.
No man is an island.
Definitely.
No man is an
so
island.
I have people, I have my circle around me that really helps me when we do. I've got criticizers who criticize. No, this you shouldn't do like this. Do like this. So the way I manage is. Of course, I'm always, for me, music is a full-time job for me, because I'm always found in a studio. When I'm not working, of course, there's work that I do. Outside that work, there's another work, this, of course, which is a studio time. So for me, recording is at night. I do it at night. I write a song at night. I record at night. Then these other people, I record them during the daytime. So that's the way I divide the time. But writing a song, I think I just don't come up and say, okay, let me write this song and do that. No, I have an inspiration. It might be a preaching from church. When I attend the church service, then there's the preaching, then the Spirit will minister to me. Then from there, I'm going to have now the revelation. I'll go through the same scripture they gave, then I'm going to do that. Then I think also, I can say 80% of my music is inspired myself, my story. I always want to share what I have passed through so that people who are out there can also relate to, because I think life is, most of the things that we pass through, it's same as other people are passing through those circumstances. So I thought, I always think to say, when I share my own story, there will be another person who's going a certain way that I went through, and they're going to relate to, and they're going to say, if this person managed to come out of this, I think we can also do that. So I write songs, with the inspiration of scriptures, and also with the inspiration of my own story as a testimony giveaway. So that's the way I do things. So I divide. So for me, recording is at night. I may have an inspiration right now, I'll just put it underwritten, and at night, when my mind is calm and everything, then I'm going to start recording. But in the afternoon, when I have artists, because in a daily basis I've got artists to come through for recording, and mostly I do record the secular people. I usually don't do that. I mostly record the gospel artists. So in the daytime they will come, I record them, I make instrument for them. Then in the evenings, at midnight, I begin to record. So that's how I divide my time, and it really works for me. Yeah.
Mama je hapa nimepeleka benchi tu ikaeka. Family party hapa.
There's a time for family, I think.
When? Because the about today, no, we record other artists. Night time, yourself.
Yeah.
So now, where does family come in?
So
like, where do you fit in the family here?
Yeah. So what I do is, I've got a time that I stop, my stoppage time for recording these other people. So every time when I'm recording them, I think just by 17 hours, 16:30, I am done. And not only, I always don't do that from morning up to the noon time, I'm just recording them, because there's also other programs that comes in, because I'm a music director at church. So I definitely have to attend programs for the church, I have to attend praise team, I have to attend the choir, and you know, there's some certain program for leadership at church, for leaders at church, I have to attend. So sometimes I do give time for those who are coming to record. So I could have maybe 3 or 4 artists recording in a particular day. Then by maybe 14, 15, they are done. Then from 15 hours, I think most programs at church, it's in the evening time, 15 hours, then up to maybe 17 or 18. Then when I'm done with that, I think there's a time now for my family in between.
It's important.
Yeah. I'm a father, so man, you know, even kids, like my
They
children,
want
to
your
be
time.
with me.
Yeah, that's why nafuta because it needs even. If
So-
you are with Bankari.
Yeah, so when I'm sometimes a day can go by, maybe I'm having just a full time in the studio, so I would just see my kiddo comes, that is, so I didn't see them. So they could come, they want me to play with them, I'm working.
Because I mean, they're kids. They want their daddy there. They want their father there.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to know. It's good that you know when to do what. It's
invite
important.
them. Also for for my wife.
Oh, exactly. So she's part of your family. That's why I'm
Definitely.
yeah,
So
but
there's a
good
time
one.
that she want to talk to me, programs, budget, and all that, and we have to sit down, make some certain things that are supposed to be made, and maybe our now maybe starting from 21, 22 hours, I'm going to have my own time now also to do other things, but I usually record around 24 to 02. I have my prayer time from 01, from 24 hours to 01, then another hour is just for recording. So that's when I do that thing. Then about 02 I'm done, then I open.
Okay.
So that's how I divide my time.
You confuse a bit.
So don't crucify me.
No, we're not crucifying. This is why we're asking viewers. I'm sure you agree with me, because we've heard stories. We've heard stories, especially on social media, where a wife is divorcing the husband is divorcing the wife. Reasons why I know this person is never present. Banani pangachabe wonkala panyumba. They don't have time for me, so
Yeah.
this is all we have to ask, because you are calling yourself as an ambassador, so you have to make sure that in every area,
it's scattered.
exactly, it's catered for. Like I mean, nobody is perfect, but you are just trying to live right and doing things right.
Yeah.
Setting an example for others who are coming after you. So it's good to know that you are balancing.
I've been balancing now. On the first place, it was very difficult.
It was very difficult.
Like, balancing it up, because I could go, when I had no studio, I could go to other people, and I love recording at night when I have so much, calmness in me. The spirit could, minister to me. Then I go on the mic and start recording. So it was very difficult. Like if I go, then I have to spend maybe around 23 or 24. That's when I'm coming back home, and we could have those questions. This time can't you look at? So there are people, they will kill you one day, and so all those things. So those things they taught me to say. I think they have to put demarcation and also time for this. What I'm doing right now for my ministry, for my for my family, and of course for business. So I think it has really helped me. So I have.
Now to the viewers who just joining us, you are watching the Weekly Gospel, and I'm your host, Amazing Katamanda, and I'm not alone in the studio. I'm joined by Smith, Dr. Jesus. If you have any comments, any contributions, do feel free to come through with your comments and contributions using the numbers that are on your TV screen. So better yet, you can go on our Facebook page, leave your comments there. Unfortunately, we can't take your calls. The only thing you can do is just receive your text messages. So get to text us, let us know where you're watching the show from, and then also tell us who you'd like to see on the show, and then we'll definitely bring them here. We are not segregative, we are not choosy, we're not picky. We are just trying to reach out to people using the gospel with different kinds of platforms. There are others who are poets, others who are into missionaries. There are others who are, I don't know, filmmakers, they make Christian movies. As long as they are just preaching Christ out there, we are creating a platform for them to just come and share with us their stories. So, Dr. Smith, Dr. Jesus.
They represent.
They represent. No, it's good to finish it off so that you just don't have misunderstandings with people. Because Jesus, anyway.
If you end up not completing it, that it leaves a lot of
questions. Like why? This is blasphemy. Have you ever gotten that comment before?
Definitely. I got that. I think from church, not only from Facebook followers. I think from church there was Samai Busa, the wife to our Reverend. So when they said, okay, let's welcome Dr. Jesus to just want to minister. And it's what? Dr. Jesus?
Who's Dr. Jesus?
Dr. Jesus. It's blasphemy. She just said it dialect, and you know, she's saying it while receiving people, and the church is big, and you know, she's on the mind. That's blasphemy. Doctor, you should not call yourself that. So I never quarreled. I never I never wanted to start, you know, explain myself there. I just went on the pulpit, then I ministered. Then after the service, then I went to her and said, "Oh, ma'am, I think my name means this is Dr. Just the representative. So now I always just love, or people love just to cut it. They call me Dr. Jesus, but I'm not saying that I'm Dr. Jesus, so I'm putting something on me which is about Jesus. No, but I'm a representative. So please bear with me. It's a brand, mommy." Then she understood. Oh, okay. Then now you are talking. Then I was almost crucified.
Yo, I understand.
Yeah. So even people from Facebook comments, they could ask me. So mostly what I do when a person asks me so much, I just refer them to most of the interviews that I've done. Then I said, go and listen to the interview, then you're going to get the point and you're going to understand the name, where it's coming from. Because maybe I might start explaining myself here, but at the end of the day, maybe you're not going to understand it so much. So go back to the interview so I could drop the links for my YouTube, because I usually upload, if it's live on Facebook, I usually share the live to them so that they see. So that's the way I do it.
All right. So now, having to produce, don't you sometimes feel like maybe I'm not doing it, because you work with established,
definitely,
as well as the upcoming. So now, does that give you room to learn some of the do's and don'ts, or just to perfect your own craft?
Yeah, it has really helped me, because talking about music, I think you cannot achieve greater things if you are not leaving a room for learning. So for me, I'm in between them, and when I'm there, I definitely learn from bigger people who are the established artists. I also learn from these other people who are still coming up, because there are some people who are talented, who are genius, but because they just like maybe promotions, they like maybe certain things just to make them be on that level. But at the end of the day, what has really helped me is when I'm working with an upcoming artist, I become an upcoming artist.
Okay.
Yeah, I become into their shoes. When you go to Rome, do what the Romans do.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I become like them. I fit into their shoes. I don't want them to feel like, no, Dr. Jesus, at least I've made that name, so I should be, I should be like that. Now, when I'm working with an upcoming artist, I'll become with them. I'll agree with whatever they will say. I also want, can I advise you also? If they want, then I'll advise them. Then, so from that perspective, we interact and they feel so comfortable. Also with those established artists, I think when I'm working with them, I also become like them. For example, I think I've been working with Vusi for some time now. I produce for him. Also for Joshua, also for Bruce Amara, Kethi Zulu. There are a lot of people that I usually work for. So when I'm with them, I usually also fit in their shoes, knowing so these people are public figures, and of course their names are too big. So I shouldn't acting the way I act to these other people. So I become like them, and it has really helped me. And with that, I also leave a room to learn. I don't just say because I'm a producer, I'm producing for them, so I know it all. No, I leave a room to learn. I say, so sometimes I ask, so how to do this? Despite that, they also follow me, about certain things that they want me to do for them, but I also know to say these people have gone ahead of me, and despite that we may be on the same, we may have the same agement, same years, but at the end of the day, their names are bigger than mine in the industry. So I just have to be humble to them so that I get the grace, I tap the grace. So it really helped me. I balance them in such a way that when I'm working with this one, I become like them. Then I fit in. If it is to advise, I advise them. Even the big people, when I'm working with them, I fit in. I leave a room if the instrument is not going on well, I'll tell them, so I think, I mean, so how do you think, okay, let's try to play the keys, just like that. And then at the end of the day, we're going to have a very good and tangible ending of our project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Talking about, because me and my colleague Amore, most of the time we talk about how upcoming artists always complain to say they're not supported by the established artists, and then also their music not being received by people out there. And then we sit down. There are some songs that you can listen to, and for sure you can tell, like, okay, this is a nice song. The producer did a great job, and yeah, the video also looks great. And then there are some songs when you listen to them, you're like, okay,
this
like
one,
honestly,
it's gospel.
honestly, and we're saying no because Jesus doesn't mind or God doesn't mind. Then
As long as it's gospel.
This week, like, sure, chabe. So then you're even confident. And then now you start wondering, like, was the producer just after the money? Couldn't the producer advise? Or maybe if the artist that was stubborn. But, like, we can't just put this kind of music out there. You say no, TV stations are not supportive, radio stations are not supportive. But, I mean, look at what you are producing. Give us something.
The name of the station.
Yeah.
Look at the music they're playing.
So for you, like, how do you handle those kinds of issues where an artist comes, it's a nice song, but it doesn't...
Some elements of voice.
Yeah. How do you advise those people? For you, is it just, as long as you pay me, whatever you will do, please get there on the mic. Let's okay, we're done, bye. Or maybe you're that kind of person who's just like, I know you have expressed like you can advise in the life, but before advising, obviously there are people who are approachable, there are people who you can sit down and have conversations with. And then there are just people who are just like, Nikuri Piran, just do what I want. I'm paying you. Don't
change anything. I had this. It was a dream. You know.
Do you have those kinds of situations like in your studio?
Yeah. Sometimes when you're recording, you're a producer. It's funny, there's a lot of fun that happens, but at the end of the day, you need to correct. Like for me, I'll begin from church. There's some sayings that people during the testimony time, a person would come to say, no, I have a testimony, but at the end of the day, I've got a song, don't mind my voice. Just follow in my I refuse that one. Yeah, because God is God of excellence.
Yes.
So definitely whatever that you are presenting to Him must be in an excellence way. So back to studio, there are a lot of fun that really happens in the studio. That a person comes with a song, he has write this song, and he knows the way a beat want to, he has even imagined everything. And what is this person going to do? Is going to tell you, oh, a producer, I've got this song, and it was a spirit reviewed song, and then for a bit and the manga pump it, no. Okay. So you are going to play exactly what you want. Then now, when the person starts recording now, it will be something else. No, so now at the end of the day, it doesn't very much. But me as a producer,
because I mean, how do you as a producer even want to attach your name to something that is not
definitely
right?
Because at the end of the day, when that song is finished, I have to put my tag.
That's your name there.
Definitely, there's produced by, there's a studio name.
Yes.
So people will be like, so the producer didn't notice that whatever that there's chaos in this thing.
Yeah.
So what I do is I'm going to let that person record, but before they start recording, I always tell them, personally, I always tell them to say, okay, so you have come here with a song, but I want you to leave a room for some other changes that may occur or may happen, so that because at the end of the day, I also want my brand to grow.
Yes.
So I cannot like you having a bad a bad picture here, then then people will be like, oh, produce this song.
Because the beat is this side, the song, the words.
Because they don't laugh at the artist. The artist is the second man. They will laugh at the producer. Did the producer sure didn't hear this?
Hey, was he sleeping? Was he hungry?
Yeah, so like for me, I advise, but the advice also, you should know where to advise, because some they just come with, you know, that
I'm paying you,
so you just have to do my work. So you should know with a humble
so
request.
for those ones who are stubborn, do you put your tag there?
No. With that one, if I see persisting to say, I just want it to be like this, okay, cool, no problem. I'll just produce the song without my
name won't be here.
It just so that there's no name, because at the end of the day, I don't want my name to be put into bad.
Oh, exactly. I'm wondering now. Coming at it.
So yeah, then there's this thing of saying no, big artists, they are not supportive and all that. I think I've been into that before, where I've been into DMs of established artists. No, I am Chan, please, I want you to. But at the end of the day, when you send them the Chan, they're going to look at the type of the music. This person, okay. Sometimes there's what I've discovered right now is when the music is good, when the video is dope, it advertises itself.
Anything good will just advertise it. So you don't even have to put so much work. You don't even have to put.
I remember I did a video for a cover song for Nasumina Mupashwenu Tata for Pastor Mumba Adonai, and I sent this video to him. Then he liked it. What happened the next was I found Kings posted it. And I said, what? So when I asked, big man, I want to say things, and this thing I saw it, but Pastor Mumba's page and all that. I said, so a good thing advertised for itself.
Good work. So, this is why we need to put in so much work in whatever it is. It's not just with music, but our gifts, our talents. Let's just make sure that we perfect them.
Yes.
Yeah? Yours. I hope we're together. Let's just perfect things. Yes, let's perfect things. But when the time is not really on our side, we need to let you go. But thank you so much. I know, right? But thank you for coming through and for just, teaching us a few things here and there. Sure. And I know this is definitely not the last time that you're coming here.
It's the beginning of things, the genesis.
It's the beginning. There are people who are watching. They've liked your songs. Where can they get them? Please don't give out your phone number. The only thing you can do is just give us the social handles.
Okay.
Yes, and also where we can get the music from.
Okay, thank you so much. So my music.
First, is there an album?
Definitely.
There are albums. An album.
An album.
Oh, okay.
The albums too.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've got an album. The first one I released it in 2020. Then the second one I released it last year October. That's when I had the concert. So the last one is called. The first one was called Dr. Jesus. It was called after my name, and the second one it was called the Genesis. The Genesis of everything, my career, my whatsoever. So of course my music is all over the internet. My music is all over the Boomplay. If you just have the phone, Android, you just go on Google or any search engine, you just type Smith, Dr. Jesus, or just Dr. Jesus as in Dr. not Jesus without a space. I think the music usually comes, I'm usually found with an L-O. There's a cape that I do wear, or that crown thing. Yeah, so when you just see that picture, just know that it's Dr. Jesus. Okay. So that's the brand for me. I'm always with a crown or with a cape. Those Makip Talk Nigeria. Yeah, I'm usually found with that or put on with that whenever I'm doing maybe a video or photos or some kind of that. So you can find my music on all social media streaming platforms. Also, you can catch me on all. On all platforms, talking about YouTube. I've got videos, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and this other LinkedIn, and all those other platforms that are useful for people. I'm also there, so you can catch me there. And I also want to appreciate people who have been supporting me, my church, from Pentecostal Holiness Church, my Reverend, and also my team. I've got a team called the Genesis Band. Yeah, so those are the people have got so amazing support. We are working together and working tirelessly to just make sure that Dr. Jesus' brand or the ministry of ours is moving forward. So thank you so much to everybody supporting me, my family, friends. You people are an amazing people. The support is overwhelming. My brother Vusi, Fortune, you are so a blessing to me. And also want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate you for having me here. It's really a dream come true. You know, a lot of uprising artists are crying and lacking for opportunities like this. So when we have opportunities like this and having people like you who are bringing uprising artists on board and also show people what they got, I think it's an amazing thing. So I'm really on board, and you have to continue the same spirit.
No, we thank God. We thank God. We're doing this for the kingdom.
Definitely.
For the kingdom. It's all about growing the kingdom of God.
Sure.
What advice are you going to leave the young people with?
Okay, so my advice, the first thing is, as we talked about excellency, as an upcoming artist like me, an uprising artist like me, all you need to do is just need to work so hard. Also, you need to leave a room for learning. There's some people that you may have a very good voice. There's some people who've got angelic voices. Is an uprising artist, and they think to say they've made it all. But at the end of the day, they also need to know to say they've got. They need to be connected to people and also learn new things at the end of the day. So as an uprising artist, you need to leave a room for learning, also leaving a room for other new ideas. Also putting hard work in your craft, in your gift, in your talent, making sure to say what you are doing is in an excellence way. Of course, you can use what you have at a disposal, but make sure that even in that ghetto you are recording that song or you are ministering that song, just make sure that you are giving it out of your best, like you're doing it with wholeheartedly. You know, when you're doing everything with your heart, it definitely gives an impression to say this person knows what he's doing. So when you are recording, make sure that your sound, your producer makes a dope sound for you, so that when people hears it, yeah, then when you want to make a video, you just make to my clips. If it's an official video, make sure that at least there's a camera, they capture you. Location is very important as an uprising artist. Location, then dress code. Definitely it will tell, not as an upcoming artist, so I can dress anyhow. So like for me, I call myself Dr. Jesus, and there's a way that I put on, like I always like a prince. So there's that kind of brand, that kind of wearing, or I mean those branding has helped me people to recognize me, because at the end of the day you are a brand. So people should know, say, oh, that one So as an uprising artist, make sure that your exposure should also speak to people, and also preach, because I've never seen a preacher goes in front of people, have to be in a calm, so that even if when he's preaching, people are going to say, yeah, that's cool. So as an uprising artist, I think those small things can definitely help.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you so very much. We wish you all the best in your ministry, and keep blessing us with good music. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm really humbled again once more.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sure.
To the viewers, this is where we have to say our goodbyes. It's been an awesome show. It's been great. You know how much I just love being here and then just getting interactive with you or the guests that come through in the studio. Yeah, and we're always grateful for you people who always make time to just watch the show. You don't miss an episode. We want to say thank you so very much. On behalf of the entire production crew, Mr. C, and everybody else, the pastors, Pastor Moses and Victoria Chiluba, we appreciate the platform that you've given us to just allow different kinds of talented people to just come here and then preach the gospel, share their stories with us. We are so very much grateful. My name is Amazing Katamanda. This is what I have to say. My goodbyes. Today, I mean, like this year, I'm making it an intentional act to just like smile. You know how much I hate saying goodbyes? I'm always complaining, like I'm always frowning when it comes to saying bye. But this time, I'm always going to smile about like everything. I'm making it intentional to just like smile a lot. Yeah. So this is what I have to say. My goodbyes. It's been an awesome show. This has been Amazing Katamanda, and I'll always be the Amazing Katamanda. For now, it's goodbye. Keep it locked to Camnet TV. You know, we're not just another channel, but we leave you in the hands of Smith with this beautiful video. See you next week, same time, same place.
When the Son of Man set you free, you are free indeed. It's Dr. J. Represent Smith. Come on. Chile finally buda bushiku. Lesa chila le mumbela po chila bushiku. Bole bole day mona na destiny. kuminyolo lote kashimi Chilefona libuda bushiku Lesa chidale mumbela pochila bushiku Pole pole njai mona na destiny Nintubu kwa kuminyolo lote kashimi Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Alimfumya mwapa nomba jimuntu Wabande Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Chilefona ulubuto nomba barwa isanika Back in the days nalichitonfa Lemi bele yandi ya kuyumfa Na lefi mona no mongo musepela Njaishiwe naliwaka kwa mafya na leipela Na le mono kupe pati kupose nshita Na libize vyeso ngete fya lempita Na lesekesho mubilu kuchilo mupashi Na liwalubana na lemu na tewi kashi No mbefele sa anjita Losembone fisungu shomulita Dali nkakula Apanji muntungwa Shaka wele lemu mubufungwa Aigoni Chile fyo na libuda bushiku Lesa chila lemu bela po chila bushiku Pole pole ndei mona na destiny Nintubu kwa kuminyolo lote kashimi Chile fyo na libuda bushiku Lesa chila lemu bela po chila bushiku Pole pole ndei mona na destiny Nintubu kwa kuminyolo lote kashimi Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Alimfumya mwapa nomba ndi muntungwa bane Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Shide finali ulubuto nomba baro nisanika Ndichile ngo chipya pa nomba Ala chila bano kusalika Kristu ebu chingo wandi nomba Ponse na yaka suba kalabalika Ngemfumu ndala no kubuka kumaka ya mfumu Ifya kale fense fya lipita ndi mwana mfumu Kwa jeteine satana katile minyololo I was a slave, shalemo na mabalo Chimo chine na iwala wendume Palobete tukwanishe ipele kulilesa Kutulefi mwana no mumenso yoveta Waishiba fya di kuikala bansansa Chile fya na libuda bushiku Lesa chila le mbela po chila bushiku Pole pole ndei mona na destiny Nintubu kwa kuminyolo lote kashimi Chile fya na libuda bushiku Lesa chila le mbela po chila bushiku Pole pole ndei mona na destiny Nintubu kwa kuminyolo lote kashimi Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Alimfumya mwapa nomba ndi muntungwa bande Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Nalika kulwa analika kulwa Shide finali ulubuto nomba barwa nisanika Represent Switch
Click on the track.